watch my stream on my phone to see if there's anything going on in my... Let's see. Okay. So we got... Should actually have... be able to see our YouTube chat now, so sorry about that. We should be back, and hopefully that helps. I don't know why my first stream cut off after 5 minutes, so that's pretty lame, but I think I was streaming to Twitch the entire time, YouTube only some of the time. I'm not really sure what happened there, so. Again, I'm pretty new to all this stuff, so just kind of going with the flow. So we are playing the Hydra Sorceress. She is a whole lot of fun so far, so just melting all this good Act 3 high frost resistance things. So Hydra's really good down here. Hardly anything has any fire resistance at all. So, alright, Crystalline Passage waypoint. That's what we like to see. And we missed the area plateau. Damn. I was trying to get, I believe I've got every other waypoint so far up through normal mode. But I really don't feel like going back to get the area plateau. That zone is pretty useless, and there's not really any reason to have that waypoint. Okay. You guys go ahead and call it a day there. And we need some mana potions. Vitality, and we're saving our stat points or skill points until 30 because we want to get Frozen Orb, Cold Mastery, Fire Mastery, and Hydra. So it should be good to go. Got a couple more levels. Hoping that we can find a polearm that can get 4 sockets. I'd really like to make an insight for Al-Hazir. You can't get a 4-socketed polearm to drop in Act 5 normal, but it is able to get it from Larzuk. So you can actually use Larzuk on like a 2-socketed, well, any polearm that can get at least 4 sockets on it. You can Larzuk, if it drops in Act 5 normal, it will get 4 sockets, even if the weapon itself can get up to like 6. It's the same concept as using a crystal sword of a certain level to socket with Larzuk to make a spirit with, but you can do it with a 4-socketed polearm to make insight. So that's what we're going for. When the servers were down, I was playing the Lightning Sorceress, and I had the Meditation Mercenary on her for the Meditation Aura. She was pretty good. I mean, since I didn't have to have insight, that was cool. But the Mercenary herself was very squishy. I didn't have anything like a Harmony on her or anything cool to get Vigor Aura or anything like that. So, I mean, the Mercenary herself was really squishy. I think it's better to have an Act 2 Mercenary, and getting insight on them is fantastic because As you can see, we kind of are just sitting here waiting for... Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, we should probably hurry up here. Hopefully we'll find Anya sometime soon. Anya, where are you? Okay. Anya. I don't want to have to come all the way back down here, so I'm just gonna skip some of this stuff. We're actually doing a pretty good job clearing all this out, so that's good. Okay. Okay, talk to me. Okay. Mala, give me stuff. Okay. Anya, there you go. You're all fought out. I'll pick up that bad boy there, see if it's any good. And Kane. Identify my stuff so I don't have to go use my own scrolls. Thank you. Life charm, we'll keep that. Yeah, we don't need that. What's our Nagel? Yeah. Don't need that. Maybe faster run walk, that's always good. Ooh, 15 max damage jewel, we'll keep that. Might make a low level dueler one of these days. So I've been trying to keep 15 max damage jewels that require level 18. Soul, Fool, Hurt, Topaz. Put that guy in there. Yeah, we'll go by better healing potions from Mala. Next game. Alright, just got kicked out. Oh. Okay, we got our healing potions. Probably better. There we go. Okay. Alazir is... I guess he's up there talking to Kane still, so... We got Anya done. Yeah, we should go talk to her, see if she gives us anything good. And actually, we'll go ahead and go kill Nihilithak. Just because you can kill Nihilithak now and still get this portal. So, might as well go try and get the... Well, you can kill Nihilithak in vanilla and still get the portal, but you can't get the waypoint. The waypoint down in the Halls of Pain, if you pick up that waypoint in vanilla, that is what causes you to not be able to have the portal anymore. In Project Diablo 2, you can actually get that waypoint, and every time, and you just talk to Anya and she'll open up a new portal for you if you want to run Pindleskin. So, good thing to little quality of life thing there. You can run Nihilithak and Pindleskin. So you can do the little Act 5 trio, which is Shank, Pendle, and Eldritch. You know, just put on enough gear to be able to kill those three things, and then just max out as much magic find as you can, and you know, eventually you'll probably find some pretty good stuff off of those three bosses. They're super fast. You don't have to really work for them at all. They Yeah. Yeah, you sure can. So I think it's a super good change. You can also kill the Cow King. So you can go ahead and farm the Cow King to your heart's content. The Cow King set is actually pretty good. And if you have the entire set on either you or your mercenary, you will turn into a cow. So I think that that's pretty cool. Garrett, right now I'm going to go a Hydra Orb build to quest all the way through Hell mode with. But my ultimate goal is just a pure Hydra build, so pure fire, and max out both Hydras, the synergies, fire mastery, and then anything left over I will put into probably teleport to bring down the mana cost and reduce the damage debuff thing that you get. And my goal with that build is to farm Mephisto, Stony Tombs, and Maggot Lair, because there's no fire immunes in those areas. So that's my entire goal with this sorceress. I mostly just want to farm Mephisto. I really enjoy Mephisto farming on a Sorc. So, but getting through Hell mode, I want something that can actually kill the fire immunes. So, that way I can make it through all of the content in Hell mode, and then I will respec to pure fire and just magic find. But with the servers being down, I was playing a sorceress on single player, and I was leveling her as Charged Bolt. I'm interested to see if that can make it all the way through Hell with the changes to Static Field being able to break lightning immunes. So hopefully, yeah, well not hopefully, if the servers go down again, and even if they don't, I will probably finish leveling that sorceress as Charged Bolt just to see what it's like. I want to try and get a feel for different season starter builds, and see kind of where the strong points of the build are, like what good is good content for it, what it struggles with, and things like that. How easy it is to gear up with hardly any gear, just starting out, using low-level rune words and vendor items and stuff like that. So yeah, I would imagine that running you could probably run all of the key bosses if your mercenary is geared enough. I made a Hydra Orb Sorceress in Path of Diablo, and I ran all three, and then I ended up going pure Hydra Sorc there as well for a while. I was able to run all three key bosses that you can teleport to as a full Hydra Sorceress, just because my mercenary would kill anything that was fire immune. He could solo Nihilithak if Nihilithak was fire immune, and could solo Countess and her whole army. So you're kind of limited to things that you can't run, but there's enough areas that you can run very well that make it to where I really don't care. I don't care that I can't really farm Chaos Sanctuary as a pure fire build all that much. My biggest goal is to farm Mephisto. So farming Mephisto and then having a couple level 85 areas as well that I can farm, I think is just awesome. I'm fine being pure fire just for Mephisto and nothing else. So being able to have the new areas that don't have fire immunes, I'm really excited about that, as it's very good for farming crafting materials. You get a lot of Yeah, so Stony Tombs, Maggot Lair, and Mephisto is probably, though that in addition to Shank, Pindleskin, and Eldritch, that's probably going to be my full Magic Find run with my Sorceress there is Shank, Pindleskin, Eldritch, Mephisto, Stony Tombs, and Maggot Lair. So I think that would be a very good, well-rounded Magic Find run. For a while I might just do Mephisto in like 30-second Mephisto runs for quite a while, because I enjoy doing that too, but it's nice having those added level 85 zones. So, and let's see. If I can find the waypoint, I know how to get to the next level. I think there's a waypoint down here, maybe. Grand Scepter, some vendor fodder there. Okay, Vitality, we're still saving our skill points here. Ow. That was not nice, man. Oh, waypoint, where are you? Yeah, that whole... Man, the first time I tried to use the moat trick on Mephisto and he just followed me over the lava and all that, I about freaked out. So for sure, you don't want to kill Mephisto over the lava, as it will cause you to lose whatever he drops. Guess we didn't go far enough up this way, guys. I'm glad I got the waypoint, though. I don't know why. Well, I don't really... Guess I will never ever run normal Nihilithak, so I'll probably never ever take that waypoint ever again. But I got it, so there you go. Okay, got our double painting there. For those of you that don't know, you look for the double painting, and Nihilithak will always be that way. After doing enough Nihilithak runs, you will be very familiar with what the paintings look like. They can spawn in different spots, but you eventually will figure out which ones are which, and it doesn't take that long, I promise. Ooh, an ethereal war javelin. We like ethereal throwing weapons. Acquired level 18, throw damage 30 to 64, increased attack speed. Man, that's pretty awesome. Oh, Eisenhearts. Can't believe that thing dropped. I never see that. Yes, Infinity is still going to be your best option. It's not as important for the Hydra build. You won't break as many fire immunes as you would lightning immunes. It will still increase your damage more so than any other mercenary weapon. But you can, like, I'm probably just going to use Insight because you don't really need Insight to break immunities. That's why we end up getting Frozen Orb, is to be able to kill fire immunes. We primarily will rely on just the Hydra as much as we can, but once we get into Nightmare Act 4 and Act 5, we'll start running into fire immunes in hell mode, so yeah. But as far as damage output goes, I agree, Garrett, that Infinity is usually your best bet on any sorceress, unless you're really relying on the meditation aura, or even if you are running like a plague merc or something like that. You know, if you specifically want a different aura that you can't get with using an Infinity, that's, you know, Infinity is your best bet because it will increase your damage that you do, and by quite a bit for both fire and cold, even if it doesn't break the immunities. So, oh. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay, so... Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, guys. I'm getting pretty close to where I'm actually going to be able to be a affiliate. I don't know what affiliate is, but I guess I get more stuff and more access to stuff on Twitch, being an affiliate. Okay, so we got the Hillthack down. I guess we'll go back to Crystalline Passage. Oh yeah, couldn't remember why I didn't have this zone uncovered. I forgot that I did that in the last game before I got kicked out, so... Oh, you found... What was the only thing that you found, Garrett? I haven't had much luck in maps lately either. I found some pretty good chance guards on this chick and a pretty good Nagel already on her. So I'm excited about that. The 36% Nagel and then 34% or 35% chance guards. Oh, worldstone shard. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good on the worldstone shards. I've usually been getting from 1 to 3 per map, average or so. I think I've got close to 40 of them saved up. So I've been trying to save up stuff that's worth slamming, as well as the worldstone shards, to try and do just like a big slam fest to see what I get. So I'm hoping to do that in the next day or two, as I'm up to 30 or so things that I want to slam. But and then running primarily Mephisto with this chick, I'm hoping that I'll find some slammable stuff. You know, Mephisto can drop all sorts of good things, like Shakos and Storm Shield, Oculus, Maras. You know, there's okay. So we already did Anya. Oh, alright. That makes it worth coming down here. I'm not really particularly trying to speed rush through the game. You know, I like full clearing stuff. You never know when something like that's going to happen, when we get a, you know, just random unique ring off of some name guy. So, you know, and the other thing, going solo all the way through hell mode, you know, I might as well kill all this stuff on, you know, when I join these maps, just because if I don't, I'm just going to have to farm, you know, normal Baal for a while, or go into nightmare mode, you know, in my early 30s. You know, I'm only 28 right now, and I'm almost to Baal, so you know, might as well come kind of clear all these areas out again as I go. So. And they're really good monster density down here. Things die fast to fire. I really, you know, I've bricked quite a few things so far, but you know, I haven't really had any very good slams. But I really haven't been finding much stuff worth slamming, so you know, that's another reason why I wanted to make the Magic Find Sorceress. Is I've always liked Magic Find Sorceresses, and hopefully that'll help me find a better gear and stuff. Nice. Are you leveling her as Hydras, or are you doing some other build? My single player Sorc that I've been playing, she's actually leveling Charged Bolt, and she's been doing really good through Act 1 Nightmare so far. I also have a 80-something Necromancer on single player that I made last time when it was all the jaw runes that were duped as opposed to the bear runes this time around, so. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I really feel like the Hydra is a stronger build so far. But you know, once I actually got to level 30 and on Charge Bolt and was able to get Lightning Mastery, my damage went up so much with just that 1 point in Lightning Mastery that it's actually doing really good in Act 1 Nightmare mode, and I have hardly any gear whatsoever. You know, I've got like, I think the only plus to skills I have is just the +1 from my lore helmet. You know, so even with just +1 to skills, I'm having no problems in my low 30s in Nightmare mode. But it did get, you know, I was kind of concerned about it up until I got that point in Lightning Mastery. And now my Charge Bolt is already maxed out. I've just been doing Telekinesis, which is a synergy. And then now that I'm able to get Lightning Mastery, that gives me 12% damage per level. So it's, you know, like now in my early 30s, that's close to 100% enhanced damage. And it seems to be just steamrolling stuff in Act 1 Nightmare. Oh, Trav runs? What have you been farming Travancore with? Oh, ow. Hate when I teleport and just get bitch slapped. Okay, Frozen Orb Sorc. Are you purely Frozen Orb? I was curious at how, if a pure Frozen Orb build would be any good. I think that solo or just pure cold builds are not a bad option. You know, I've played pure cold builds in the past, and you know, as long as you have a halfway decent mercenary and stick to the right zones, you know, you can actually farm quite a bit of stuff as a just purely cold build. Wow, that's good. Yeah, that's pretty high damage for Frozen Orb. I think I would imagine that's probably stronger than you can get it on vanilla. Huh. I don't have any Sorc skillers either. I'm gonna try and find fire skillers. I do have one lightning skiller right now, but I don't have a sorcerer's torch or any. Just the one fire lightning skiller is the only skiller that I have for sorceress. So it'll be a little bit before we start getting some gear. I do have some pretty good gear lined up for this chick once she gets a little higher level. Now once we hit level 30, I'll go to my stash. I think I have something from at level 29, but I'll show you guys what I got in the stash waiting for this chick later on. I had a friend find two Shakos in the last day, and they gave me one of them, so I have not found a Shako myself, but I did have one given to me, so thank you for that, Ashira. And I also had a Shadow Killer and the Shadow Killer Battle Cestus and a Shadow Discipline's Grand Charm given to me by Azano earlier, so thank you for that, Azano. My Mind Blast Assassin is coming along quite well. I hope to do a guide on her sometime, probably in the next few days. Yeah, that's what I'm using, a Tarn Helm here too. I found this like super early and rolled 44% magic find with 3 mana after kill. I mean, Hydras don't actually benefit from mana after kill, but that helmet was awesome for leveling a Holy Bolt Paladin. I'm just looking for plain ones just to get the plus skills. I'm not really concerned about any mods on them at this point. I just want to get as many plus to skills as I can. So I would imagine that the 7 faster run walk on the skiller would be worth a bit. You know, the shadow skillers are pretty pricey at the moment. So you know, all I can afford is just plain ones. But you'll probably be able to get at least, I mean, at the bare minimum, you could get at least a Vex. So I wouldn't take anything lower than a Vex for it if I were you. Yeah, Moon Boy. Yeah, I think we all wish we had a little bit better RNG. You know, I've been doing pretty good on this sorceress so far. You know, she's only level 29, but I do have 194% magic find on her, which is pretty good for low level. With my switch, oh, I had angelics, full angelics on earlier, and with full angelics, I had 234% magic find at level 18. So but I've found some 35% chance cards earlier on this sorceress. Finding a bunch of good low-level stuff. I found 36% Nagel. I've got another unique ring that dropped that I haven't identified yet. So any guesses on that? Let me know. By the time I hit level 30, I'm going back to town. So guesses prior to going back to town. So. With the build that I have planned out, I should be able to get roughly 400% magic find and about plus 20 to all fire skills anyways. So I'm hoping for around 400% magic find with around level 40 to skills magic find build for running Mephisto as well as Stony Tombs and Maggot Lair. Eye of Mordini. Yeah, I have no idea why they decided to rename Mantled. Everybody knows Mantled Heel Ring. I don't know why they thought just that one ring needed a new name. But I still call it a Mantled. I don't know if I will ever get used to Eye of Mordini. So I would be okay with one of those too. Having Mana Leech at a fairly low level is really good for leveling any sort of physical build. Still need to level up a let's see, I still need to level up an Amazon, so I know that Mantled or Eye of whatever Mordini, that would come in pretty handy leveling up an Amazon, so. Alright, we still need the Ancient's Way waypoint. I believe we didn't. I don't think we got the waypoint yet. No. So we need the waypoint. Yeah, I could imagine that people identify that mantle and they're like, oh my god, it's a Soj just at first glance. And then realize that it's not the Stone of Jordan, it's the Eye of Mordini that nobody cares about. So I've found several of them over the last couple of decades. My most recent one was I found one in the current Path of Diablo ladder season. And then I promptly bricked it on camera, so I did find one, but it didn't stay around for long. In that same video, I also bricked a Bolcathos. I found 2 Bolcathos rings, but so I had 3 +1 to skill rings on my account and bricked 2 of them and the other one CNC'd, so I was pretty disappointed with that. But here I haven't even found them to brick yet, so
I need mana.
I have quite a few things saved up that I'm gonna slam on PD2. I've got I've got a lot of it is like +3 circlets and +3 blue amulets in hopes that I can get +4 versions. But I've also got some other good stuff. I got like a storm shield. I have a really good rare phase blade that's got Fool's Mod and 30% increased attack speed on it. So if I can slam 4 open sockets on it, I can actually put 4 shale runes and hit 110% increased attack speed. And that will let me hit a 4-frame attack speed as a bear. So I'd have 4-frame attack speed on fire claws, and that's what I want to try. Yeah, I'm playing softcore. So alright, Ancient's Way. I do have Tal Rasha's amulet and chest. I'm actually missing all the easy pieces to get. So that's kind of funny. But I have the chest and the amulet. But I don't have the belt or the... yep, Iron Mordini. Somebody called... Oh, it's a perfect Iron Mordini, though. 7% mana leech with 8% regen. That's pretty awesome, I guess. Ooh, 1 barb, 20 faster cast rate. Hey, thanks for following, man. I appreciate it. I think we have a... there you go. Still sticking with my angelic rings for them. 50% magic find a piece. Not bad. So I got that given to me earlier. I found these, the chance cards. But, okay, now we can actually get rid of... I'm not gonna keep these if I have that new chess piece. So we'll go ahead and use the Nagel. And yeah, we'll go ahead and use both of those. So awesome. And we got, what do we got coming up? Oh. So now we have kind of a magic find resistances switch, I guess. We still get pretty good damage on our Hydra. This will be more of our, once we're in hell mode, we'll probably use these two for the more resistancy approach, and yeah, we'll lose a little bit of damage, especially on lesser Hydra, but it'll be better to kind of support our frozen orb until we get that bad boy. I found that, so at level 50, it's a +2 to Sorc skills and +2 to frozen orb. You know, fire resistance is good, so I think that that'll be a pretty good mid-game weapon. No, it's okay. I appreciate the offer, but I'm doing pretty good here. I've got a Lidless Wall later on, Skulder's Ire, Shaco. I'll be there soon enough. I got the Shaco I just got from a friend, so I actually had this before, and waiting for me before I got the Shaco. I got some gold wrap that I can use in a couple levels. So we might switch over to the gold wrap and chance guards. I don't think we have any good boots yet, but we'll get those at level 51. Faster run walks and fire resist, not bad. Crafted boots. I don't know what is up with this song, but it is like wants to put me to sleep, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next song there because felt like it was elevator music, but hey, thanks for watching my POD stuff lately. I really appreciate that. You know, I've been focusing mainly on PD2 lately just because it's, you know, it's brand new and it honestly it takes time to level all the new builds and see what's good, and you know, so I've kind of put POD on the back burner and for a little while, but I will, you know, especially with new patches and stuff, I will very likely continue to play POD in the future. But right now we're just kind of trying to get some information figured out on PD2. So, all right. So we should be good. We got Cold Mastery, Frozen Orb. Then we got Fire Mastery, Hydra. So I use a Razer Naga mouse, and I actually changed my hotkeys to where they're 1 through. So I got 1, 2, and then actually I'll put this one as number 4 on my mouse, so I can actually use those as on the side of my mouse. So hopefully now that we got all 3 of those skills, we'll get used to that pretty quick on, you know, which skill is on which hotkey. So I don't need anything in Lightning Tree. So Frozen Orb, you know, we got +2 to skills, so it's doing 80 damage. I don't know how that's going to do as far as killing fire immunes goes in Nightmare, but you know, we'll probably get some more points into it by then. So, should probably take our TP back, go kill it. Oh wait, okay, we don't have TP there. So we need Halls of Ancients, got the waypoint. So, I can't remember which one is which. Guess we'll go find out. I know one of those is the entrance to here, and one is an entrance to the summit. We obviously need to go to the summit to go kill the ancients, so hopefully this one's the right way. Okay. Oh, that's a whole bunch of freezy guys. Oh, I think we have can't be. Yep, cannot be frozen on that. That's nice. Yep, Tundra. Chose the wrong one. Every time, guys. Every time. Gotta get my lung exercises in while we're running here. Yeah, I'm happy. The server seemed like they've been doing pretty good today. I don't think I lost anything. You know, they said if you had too many rare items, then, you know, they might get deleted. I don't think I have enough rare items on my account to have 40 of them on a single character. So I don't think I lost anything. Well, let's try Frozen Orb. Frozen Orb. Oh. That was a little bit of lag there. Okay, so now we got... I'm actually going to switch these. I want my Greater Hydra and then Lesser Hydra as my single target killer. And then we got frozen orb. Okay, that should be better. So, and we're gonna max out Hydra first. That's gonna be our bread and butter, guys. Got that nice AoE damage there. Love it. Love it. We do need to get all Al-Hazir and Insight. Because I have no mana. So we're chugging them potions till we get some insight going on. I believe I have an insight. I know I've got a couple of insights on my other characters. I think I have one made in an ethereal bill that you can use at like level 29 or something. So it's good for the lower level mercenaries. My druid uses insight in a war pike, and that takes quite like somewhere up in the 60s, I believe. So. So the ethereal bill insight is actually pretty good. It does like, I want to say somewhere around 300 damage. So your mercenary does a ton of damage with it at low levels. Okay, we got worldstone keep 2. Definitely going to want to find the waypoint here. I'm also excited to have a sorceress because if I can eventually get a build that can rush with, that would be nice. For anybody that needs rushes, I can do that. That would probably be more of a lightning build post-infinity type deal. I do eventually want to get infinity, but easier said than done. That bear mal bear ist. I've got the mal and an ist, so I'm just short two bear runes and a good base. So we're almost there. All right, but I think that the Hydra orb will actually do pretty well without infinity. Okay, where's this waypoint? These little douchebag guys that like to run around and blow up on me. So I'm not sure if I want to do a few normal Baal runs once I'll do them solo if I do end up doing them, just to try and get some levels and maybe see if I might get lucky and find something. If not, whatever. But either that or just get straight into nightmare mode. I haven't decided yet, so I might just get straight into nightmare mode. I'm more interested in farming nightmare mode stuff than I am normal Baal. I mean, you can get some stuff off of normal Baal, like Oculus and all of Herald of the Zacharum, all those level 42 class specific weapons and helmets and shields and stuff. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can get Shaco off normal Baal. For some reason, I'm thinking he's level 60 and Shaco is 62, but I could be mistaken on that. I know you can for sure get Shaco off of Nightmare Baal. You can also drop up to a Vex room. So, hey, thanks for following, man. I appreciate that. So, See what kind of nasties we got down here. I figured in normal they can't get, like, you know, souls and Stygian dolls to blow up on my face as soon as I go through the door. So we got Stygian Furies. And Death Lords, so not bad. I think they always spawn in normal mode. Okay, so yeah, those Hydras are just chewing right through all this stuff. So I should probably set up a TP just in case. Get him, Alazir. Alright, got some mana potion drops there, so I don't actually have to go back to town. I try and watch Baal's legs, like when he kind of bends his knees or whatever you want to call it. That's when he throws out the wave. So I typically try to set up my Hydras when he does his little knee bending thing. You know, I honestly have not played Summoner Druid. I leveled all the way through Hell mode as a Summoner Druid, but that was before they actually fixed the cold damage on the Ravens, as well as the life on... Oh, wow. Alazir, where are you, bud? As well as before they fixed the life on Spirit Wolves. So my Spirit Wolves were super squishy. They just died. And... Ow. We definitely need to get Alazir before... Why are these ghosts so crazy? Sorry, I was trying not to die there. So I can't say if it's stronger or weak, if Windy is stronger or weaker than Summoner with comparable gear. You know, I was very under-geared, and they've changed a few things since I played Summoner. So I can't say whether it's, you know, Summoner is better or Windy is better. I would imagine that Windy is better for maps, but Summoner is probably better for Ubers. You know, they did make the change to where there's Primevals tags on all the Uber bosses now, so basically what that means is the Uber's bosses and Act bosses do twice as much damage to your Mercenary and Summons, and then your Mercenary and Summons actually only do half damage to those bosses. So it's a, you know, that's a pretty hefty nerf for the Summoner builds. So you know, it's and that's just recent. They just did that, you know, in the last day or two. So I'm not even sure how well Ubers is able to be done with a Summoner Druid anymore after that nerf, because that's a pretty steep nerf. So let's see. I don't know if we have anything to make... Trying to make Alazir more tanky. So... let's take a look here. I guess... at least getting him alive first, so... So I'm kind of... we might be able to get a higher damage weapon. Because we can chop a pike. So that's quite a bit more damage. Yeah, it puts us up to, well, it's about the same average damage, I guess. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try the pike, see if that does anything for him. I don't know if it will or not. I don't think it's really going to be able to... I won't be able to notice a difference one way or the other, I'm sure. And we'll probably want to go... Well, no, we should probably... We actually do quite a bit of damage with that, so... Ow. Not bad. Having Alazir, actually, trying to keep him alive makes that much better. I don't know how he's gonna do on Baal. A couple healing potions. I think Alazir is really going to have a hard time with Baal here in just a second. Ooh, we did level, though. I think with enough gear, you should be able to do... you should be able to do Ubers on either a Summon Druid or a Necromancer if you have enough gear for it. Doing a solo self-found thing might be kind of hard. And the only reason for that is, you really are... you really need to have the skiller charms for your damage and life to be there. So, I think that it'll take quite a few skiller charms and good gear to be able to solo Ubers on either one of the summoner builds now. Oh. Is this the fake Baal? Did he already cast his brother, or is he just dying really fast? Oh. Okay, well. Well, good job, Alazir. That was... Huh. I think the easiest to build would, well, it would probably be... I don't know which one would be the easiest. I think either the summon builds or a smiter, probably a paladin smiter. It's, you can do those with fairly easy to obtain gear. Those would probably be your best bets for doing them on single player. But like any of the other builds, you're gonna want, you're gonna need something like Infinity or something like that to be able to do enough damage on Ubers. So, you're still probably, your best bet on solo would be a Summoner Druid, Summoner Necro, or a Smiter. But just so you know, it will probably take you a while if you don't have these skiller charms. It's very important that you get open wounds, chance to proc open wounds on your Mercenary, or you just won't be able to do the damage. And I'm not sure really how much survivability your summons will have against the Ubers. They might still be fine at high enough levels, if you have enough plus to skills on gear. So, yeah. So what do you guys think? Should we go into Nightmare mode, or do you guys want to see some Baal runs? What would you like? I'm actually going to take a short little break here for just a few minutes, so you guys let me know in chat what you want to see, whether it's normal Baal runs or you want me to quest through Nightmare, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, guys. So let's see, we got... Looks like we got a vote for Baal run, so we're gonna go ahead and do some normal Baal runs. Sounds good to me. We can stay in... Staying in normal is actually not bad up through mid-40s. You know, you get pretty good experience into, you know, the low to mid-40s, even running them solo. So it's, you know, really not a bad thing to stay in. Wow, those are actually pretty good for level 30. You know, if you're playing a season starter, you know, I think that it's actually a good idea to, you know, do some solo nightmare Baal run or normal Baal runs and try and get some of these lower sets. I mean, like as a season starter, the full Arctic set is so good. I don't know why I tried to identify that. Forget to have to cube them to make them stack mode, but anyways, damn it, I forget that freaking Grease or whatever his name is too lazy to make these runes stackable for you. Fucking old ass bastard. But okay, I think we're set up for some normal Baal runs. I'm gonna have to mule here in a little while. Okay, let's try and switch out gold wrap, and then what else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, chance card stuff. What are we short? So okay, so guess we'll have to stick with the Saigons for just a little while. I mean, we're really not getting any benefit there. You know, we get some gold fine, but we don't need the attack speed, so we'd actually be losing 29 or 19, sorry, 19 magic find by switching over, because we lose that 50% magic find set bonus there. So until we're able to get the chance cards as well, then we will, you know, be getting 66 magic find versus that 50 right there. So we'll try that out here in a few levels. So we need 88 strength, what we're gonna shoot for. Ooh. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a Larzak to drop us a, or not Larzak, get something to drop that we can get 4 sockets on that's a spear or pole arm. If we can do that, then I will use my socket quests to make an insight. And if not, then I guess I could probably mule one. I do need to mule at some point in time, and I might do that later on, not on stream, so you guys aren't just sitting there watching me try and organize all my crap. And like,
I need mana.
I try to keep my mules organized as best as I can. They're kind of disorganized at the moment. But, you know, they're not bad, I guess. Yeah, I have a lot of crap on them that I need to get rid of. but you know, they're, for the most part, they're fairly well organized. I've, you know, I try to keep different item type mules. So I don't know about you guys, but I will usually make a mule for gear, and then a mule specifically for weapons, and then a mule for jewelry, which I also keep like any good jewels for like self-use or even trading. Well, I usually make a trading character as well. But if I'm keeping jewels and stuff that I want to use, like IAS jewels or, you know, all res or increased attack speed, enhanced damage type stuff, I will, you know, put those on my mule, my jewelry mule. I then have a mule for things like key sets and essences and, you know, the more kind of questy type items. So like map relics, key sets, essences, stuff like that. I then have been recently making, I made a mule because I've been trying to save stuff up for just to do a whole bunch of slams all at once, like a whole inventory worth of stuff. And so I have one that I just call Slam Fest. And so I throw anything that I think is halfway worth slamming. Ooh, that'll be a good damage upgrade. Anything that's worth slamming, I just kind of throw it on there, and then once I get him, you know, 30 or 35 items or something, you know, good amount, I will save up all the worldstone shards, and I actually have about 40 worldstone shards on my account right now. So I'm just actually looking for more stuff that's worth slamming. I'm gonna go heal that poison. Oh, I guess it decided to fall off already, or so. Finally, I should say. So yeah, just kind of trying to look for some stuff that's actually worth slamming. I've had quite the dry spell lately, and yeah, that's another reason why I'm trying to make this sorceress. Is, you know, I think that she'll be really good for magic finding. I don't know what this song is, but I kind of like it too. If I survive Lister, I'll probably go give this song a thumbs up. Oh, Al-Hazir. Oh, me, I need to pay attention. Ding. So if any of you guys Googled, let's do the fork in the garbage disposal, because you should really do that. It's worth a laugh. That's what every time I level up or see my mercenary level up or whatever, that's the only thing I can think of is let's do the fork in the garbage disposal. So
Not enough mana.
alright, well, this is pretty awesome. Oh, Baal is super easy on a Hydra Sorc. You just stay out of his range and... Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, we get a mana potion. Go thumbs up that song. Yeah. Go vendor all this crap. One to war cries. Don't care. Don't care. Faster hit recovery. That's actually a pretty solid build. I think I will keep that for Al Hazir. Let's see, Al Hazir. You do have Death's Sash on them. I'm excited, very excited. I found Death's Sash. It's for whatever reason I hardly ever find it, and it's a really good belt. If you use Death's Sash and Death's Gloves on as a 2-piece set bonus, you'll get a whole bunch of resistances, and then also the gloves themselves will get 30% increased attack speed like you do with the 2-piece Saigons. So Saigons is good because you get the 30 IAS and 10% life leech. The Death's Guard will give you cannot be frozen and a bunch of resistances, but so you'd have to get your leech somewhere else. But if you have like it, something like especially if you're using a mercenary like a Reaper's Toll Act 2 mercenary that has, Reaper's Toll has a very high life leech on the weapon itself. Combine that with something like a string, or not string of ears. Vampire's Gaze. That's what I was looking for. I was thinking the damage reduction thing, and for whatever reason I was thinking String of Ears because that has damage reduction. But Vampire's Gaze, if you can get up to like 23% leech on those two pieces, between those two pieces, and so having the Death's Gloves for the more resistances and can't be frozen is a better benefit to your mercenary. So let's see, we'll keep putting points into Hydra. Okay, new game. Okay, so you gotta stack these. If you guys are curious, if you're running or teleporting to Baal, you always want to follow the right-hand wall. You go basically counterclockwise. You follow the right-hand wall on Worldstone Keep level 2, and that will give you the most likely chances of finding level 3 sooner. Occasionally you will spawn a map where it makes you go all the way around. Hey, thank you for the follow. So sometimes it's not the fastest, but more often than not it will be. So just follow the right hand wall from the waypoint. Oh, Flyman got enhanced damage corrupt on Wraith Flight. That's good. He plays a thrower barb. And I have some Wraith Flights myself on my thrower barb. And I use him in his offhand because you want your faster weapon on your main hand with a throw barb. And so you can use any weapon speed on your offhand. The IAS on it does not matter if it has like increased attack speed mod on the weapon. Base weapon speed does not matter. And so you can have a super slow one. And so with the ethereal version, it does like almost 400 top end throw damage. And my main hand weapon does around 200. So when I use double throw, my main hand does, I think, around 16,000 top end damage, and then my offhand does like 26,000 as my throw damage. And I don't even really have that good of gear. I have a pretty solid Lionheart. It's around 100% enhanced damage Lionheart. I was using Hand of Brock that gives me percent enhanced damage, and Goblin Toes that give me percent enhanced damage. And then I got up to around 1,000 life with battle orders and have just been pumping dexterity. And I mean, you have the potential of doing so much damage on a throw barb, it's ridiculous. You know, I wish that there was more bounces with throw barbs. I've also noticed that when you use double throw, your weapons do not pierce. You can have 100% pierce chance, but your weapons don't pierce. So I don't know why, you know, that's the only skill that you use as a throw barb is double throw. And so if it doesn't pierce, why do they put pierce on mastery like that? The pierce on mastery and getting pierce on gear is completely useless. Whereas if it could pierce and then whatever the pierce actually hits also starts a chain reaction of your toothpicks bouncing around, I think that would be an excellent build. You know, I think that that would really increase the AoE damage a lot, or the AoE potential. But as of right now, I do have to say that I think Throw Barb has one of the highest damage potentials in the game for a ranged character. I think you would be able to see higher numbers with a Fury Druid because they have a much higher damage modifier, and they can use something like a Breath of the Dying Warpike that does, you know, 1600 damage, and so I think that you can see huge numbers on Fury Druids. But as far as a ranged character, I think that the Throw Barb is probably going to be the highest single target damage output potential in the game. I haven't done anything to confirm that yet, but you know, from what it looks like, that's probably the case. Oh, we need more mana. Alright, go get him, buddy. Corlenzo the Annihilator. Al-Hazir. Really liking the Hydras. They're pretty awesome so far. I just love the Hydra playstyle. You know, the closest thing to the Hydra playstyle would be a Trap Assassin. You know, I've always enjoyed Trap Assassins as well. You know, the Mind Blast Assassin is awesome. I want to definitely get my Mind Blast a little bit more optimized and then do a video on it. Oh, I don't know why I teleported into the middle of those guys. But I want to try and do a more optimized video Mind Blast build. And then after that, I want to try out traps just to see how they are. You know, I know that I've been playing entirely as Mind Blast, so I haven't really had any experience playing with trap builds. And I want to see, you know, just get my own opinion on the trap builds. I am very unlikely to make a martial arts assassin. I don't like, they didn't really change much at all in the martial arts tree. So, you know, I've never been a fan of the charge up system. So I don't know. I think that the martial arts tree hopefully will get some love in the future, and you know, when it does, I'll probably give it a try. But I would consider making a whirlwind assassin. I've always been a really big fan of the whirlwind assassin. You cannot make the whirlwind assassin in Path of Diablo. They changed the Chaos rune word to not add whirlwind. So it's heavy gloves. All right. So I haven't made a whirlwind assassin in quite a while. I do think that a whirlwind assassin would be a whole lot of fun. Yeah, I just stack on open wounds, poison. So, pretty much it would be a different. I could use, if I get all of my shadow mastery charms and stuff, it'll be mostly shadow masteries, because you'll be using your whirlwind, double claws. So you want to get your double claw block, either fade or burst of speed, and then, try and focus on poison damage with venom. So you would have poison damage and open wounds and your physical damage, which would be quite solid. So those aren't bad. We've got, I don't need the, I've got a couple pairs on mules, I think. So okay, so one of these runs I'm going to probably stop in Mule. Oh, I keep forgetting that we're supposed to be putting our points into strength so we can use that belt without... Okay. We'll get that next run. You guys gotta remind me. Had a little bit of what I like to call cake earlier. You may have noticed a difference in just me in general, maybe, if you guys have been watching enough, I guess. But needless to say, I have the munchies so bad. And I don't really have anything to munch, and I don't want to do that on camera, so I'm just kind of sitting here going, nah. Just try not to think about it. Think about the Baal run. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to think about the Baal run. Just trying to, lay down our hydras, run around. Just pick some stuff up, Drinking our blue drink, can't complain about that too much. Ooh. Three saga, hawk helm, war scepter, ooh, flawless topaz. We like crafting materials. So the next couple of days, my son will be at his mom's house, my ex-wife, and so I'm really gonna try and work on getting some YouTube videos made. I want to do a crafting guide for PD2, as there's a lot of really cool stuff about crafting that I don't think a lot of people know about in general, and even more specifically in PD2. I think crafting is a lot better than a lot of people, or has the potential to be a lot better than a lot of people really think. And so I want to try and make a video on the changes to crafting in PD2, and give some of the better crafting recipes to actually go for, and what to use those resources on to have a chance at getting some of the best items in the game. I'm really a huge fan of crafting. I've always been a big fan in vanilla and POD, Path of Diablo. So I'm really excited to make my crafting video. I want to make my assassin video. depending on how much I accomplish with this chick, I may do a Magic Find Sorceress like season starter build video for this chick. Just to kind of give you guys ideas on how to start out as a sorceress with no gear and how to make it through hell mode. The stuff that's very easy to obtain to help you survive, different rune words. And is that an antidote potion? Awesome. Clutch. Congrats, Elazir. And then on top of that, having a goal for endgame stuff. There's things that you can do at the end game, to kind of set yourself up to make wealth. And there's a few different ways that you can go about it, and end up getting wealthy in the game, and how to get whatever it is that you want, or to be able to afford everything that you want. And I think that really understanding what content you want to do first starting out, and what you want to play, is one of the most important things to setting yourself up on your account. I've always been a huge fan of the Sorceress, just because they have such good versatility and mobility. I like the way, how fast they are at running Mephisto and things like that. So, I've always just really enjoyed Sorceresses. And I've learned quite a bit on how to run, what content to run to be most efficient with it. For a Hydra Sorc, you won't have any fire immunes in the Endurance of Hate level 3, so you can kill absolutely everything down there. They have the new level 85 zones, so you now have Stony Tomb and Maggot Lair. So you can, as far as once the season ends, your characters will turn into non-ladder characters. So you can still play them online, but you won't be able to join any of the new ladder characters. If it's like Path of Diablo, there's, it depends on, Path of Diablo doesn't support PvP at all. So, and they don't support non-ladder content at all. Like, everything that they do is focused for ladder. So the non-ladder is all bugged and single player is all bugged. So if they continue to support non-ladder, I think that will be a very good place for player versus player. Because all of your characters will become non-ladder, and so as you restart seasons, every 4 months is what they're scheduling, or say they have scheduled, is season resets and new patches every 4 months. So every 4 months your characters will go to non-ladder, so you can use everything that you have on non-ladder to make really expensive non-ladder builds, and that eventually over time that economy will be very large, because it doesn't get reset every 4 months. So I think that there will be a very good amount of non-ladder play if they support the non-ladder play on the game. Like I said, with Path of Diablo, non-ladder is super buggy and a lot of stuff doesn't work. So if non-ladder works on PD2, I think that's really there's gonna be a lot of players that play non-ladder, but mostly all for PvPing. And I think that it's going to take a couple seasons or two before PvP becomes a big thing, because people will be wanting to use all their resources they made over the whole season for something, and the only thing that they'll be doing is trying to min-max PvP characters. So I really hope that that's the case. I'm really excited for that. I love PvP. So I think that as of right now, oh yeah, strength. Thanks for, yeah, nobody reminded me. Nope. So glad I remembered. But yeah, I am very excited for player versus player stuff. And sell. Butcher's Pupil. Let's see. On one hand damage. I'm trying to think if I need that for anything. I don't think so. Well, it does have. Well, maybe I'll save that and slam it, because we got. You know, it upgrades to a Berserker Axe, so it's 30 IAS Berserker Axe. You know, you could get 4 sockets on it or something like that. That'd be okay. We're gonna keep it. That could have potential to slam. So I like that. Okay, I'm gonna clear out this stuff. So I really don't need. Okay. I don't need Arctics, I don't think. Well, actually I will keep Arctics, because I still need to make an Amazon, so... I don't need those boots. Angelics. I definitely don't need a 2 open socket. So... I'm not going to use that at all. So since I have Shaco, I really don't need that. I'll have Shaco before I get that. So get that. I'm not sure if I have. No, I don't think I have another Saigon shield. We're keeping that. Okay. Who do we want? Suicide Branch over Spirit. We do get a faster cast rate break. Okay, so we don't hit 78 with the Suicide Branch, but we're close. Oh well. Really, on the Hydra Sorc, you really don't need faster cast rate as much. You know, because you're not relying it on. The only thing that you really need faster cast rate for is teleporting, and you know the difference between 35 and 52 is not going to be super crazy, but I mean, there's a huge difference. I mean, you really want to try and get that 117 faster cast rate for your teleport speed as quick as you can. You know, just for, especially if you're trying to just farm Mephisto and Andariel. You know, those are both super easy bosses to farm very fast on a sorceress, especially a fire sorceress. So you can just kind of stick to those 2 bosses and just run those 2 bosses over and over. And it's a very good way to, you know, stack magic find gear, like even just blue crap magic find gear. You can run them with hardly any resistances whatsoever. So really the important thing is to, you know, try and get plus to skills and that increased attack speed, because you can avoid most damage. So that's, you know, kind of one thing that I really enjoy about a sorceress. But Let's see. So, but yeah, you're really your first focus should be trying to get those plus the skills and then faster cast rate.
Not enough mana.
That's awesome. How much on your Necromancer? How much? Or guess I should say, what are you farming, and like, what are you farming efficiently? Are you running maps? Do you do chaos or Baal runs, or are you doing just Ubers, or I mean, what kind of content are you doing, and how fast are you doing it? Because I'm just curious out of my own personal curiosity. I'm a big fan of Magic Find, and I like the maps. I like the builds that can actually farm maps with a bunch of Magic Find. That's my entire goal, is to figure out builds that do that, because I'm a huge fan of Magic Find, so long as it does not affect your kill speed at all. And then what? So your summon necro. What are you actually like? What summons are you using? Are you doing like skeletons or fire golems, minion or revives? Yeah, I have a Holy Bolt Paladin myself, and I really like it. It's actually been, it was pretty good. I have traded away a lot of my Paladin combat skiller charms for elemental druid charms. I still have 2 more to go, or still need 2 elemental skillers to go. I did find a Paladin combat with 17 life on it, and I just haven't put any effort really into trading. So I was hoping, I was thinking that I could probably trade a 17 life Pally combat charm for a druid charm, preferably with something else on it, like a little bit of life or some strength or dex or something like that. Would be ideal, but yeah, I would even be happy with just taking a plain elemental skiller, just because I would get more use out of it. One day I would probably regret that and be like, oh damn, I wish I would have kept that paladin life skiller. But as of right now, I'm just kind of sitting on it, and that's all I got going. So I'm just kind of hoping that I can maybe find or craft my 2, get lucky and reroll one with charms or with gems, and then maybe find one drop in a map or cows or something. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, eventually one day I'll probably want 10 skillers for every class, and with the torch only adding 1 to skills now. The only thing a torch is like a skiller charm, and I mean, it just adds some resistances, some life, and some mana. So yes, obviously a torch is better than a skill grand charm, but either way, you can only use one or the other. You can legitimately use 10 skill charms and an Annihilus, and you'll get the same exact amount of skills as if you have 10 skiller charms and then an Annihilus and a torch. However, the 1 point that you get from the torch does affect multiple trees. So, you know, with the skiller charm, you have to pick either fire or frost damage, cold damage. But in that sense, you know, it really wouldn't matter to me that much to pay the extra amount for a torch, just because you don't need it. You're going to be relying on your hydras, so you really don't have to go out of your way to get the torch if you don't want to. You know, a cheaper version would be just to get a fire skiller. You know, eventually it would be better to get a torch, yes, but I think starting out, that's not such a huge focus for me anymore. You know, and I probably won't get an Annihilus unless I do some trading, which I probably won't do. I'm just simply too lazy to trade. But hey, Chuba, how you doing, man? So, but I hope that I eventually, you know, I'm able to trade on like the trade side if they get it up, and I'm okay with that. I just really don't have any desire to trade on Reddit or Discord, so I just keep farming stuff, and maybe I'll get lucky, maybe I won't, you know. But it's kind of like solo self-found, but I'm not dedicated solo self-found, if that makes any sense. I do most all of my content runs solo. You know, I haven't mapped with anybody or anything like that. I've just been trying to level up different builds. Oh, congrats on that 49% bramble, man. That's a good roll. So you should be really happy with that. So. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this Hydra Sorc so far. Wow, 19k on the Nova. How does that do how's it doing for Hell Cows? Like, how long does it take you to do a Hell Cow run and like with the leg and everything? Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm curious. Like, do you ever pay attention to your time in the right, like, in your minimap area, or the top right of your screen, rather? Like, how long do you ever time your runs? I don't know if that's just me, but I try to time my runs on like everything that I do. You know, so I can compare different. You know, see how different builds work doing similar stuff. So yeah, once I get this chick up, I'm gonna try do 1,000 Mephisto runs, and so I'm interested to see what I can drop in 1,000 Mephisto runs. I'm gonna try and get, you know, pretty much gear her through what she finds over the course of those runs. I do have some stuff already. I had a Shaco given to me. How? I guess I forgot that I need to pay attention to Alazir because he's a giant vagina. But I did have a Shaco given to me, and I have a Scolder's Ire and a couple other things in my stash. So I have Medusas, so eventually I'm probably going to go with, I might keep the Salamander as my main weapon for a while, and then go with my little Frozen Orb and Medusa's Gaze offhand to buff my Frozen Orb quite a bit. You know, because I would get +6 to Frozen Orb between those two things. And that way I could just switch to my weapon switch to kill cold immunes instead of instead of switching my actual skills, like I would just switch my weapon slots. And so if I was trying to cast Frozen Orb, I'd hit W, and Frozen Orb would be set to my left click on one hotkey set, or on one weapon set, and then I would have Hydras on the other one. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. And still don't think we have enough strength without... Yeah, we still need 2 more strength. So 1 more level. We'll get that next game. No, I think I'm good. I don't need an Ormus. I think I'll be good with the Skulder's Ire. So that on the, you know, that my entire goal is to go pure Hydra and get as much magic find as I can to run Mephisto and then Stony Tombs and Maggot Lair. So you should join my Discord if you ever need somebody to help you mule. I'd be more than happy to help you out. There's a couple other guys that I help mule, and they reach me through Discord. So if you ever need help muling, just by all means let me know. You know, if I am available, I'll come help you. So let's see. So let's do another Mephisto run here, or Baal run. Sorry. I was scheduled to run my stream from 8 p.m. my time until 11 p.m. So I'm past due, but I did have some technical difficulties, and I thought I was streaming for almost an hour, but for some reason it was not streaming. so I'm going to do a few more runs here just because I meant to run a 3-hour stream, and I kind of messed up, so... Yeah, I do have to say the hardcore community is very, they were the same way on Path of Diablo. I feel like the hardcore characters are much less interested in trying to, one of the benefits of playing hardcore is you feel like you achieved it and you earned it. And so I feel like they're much less likely to try and, just make their characters all powerful by, scamming people. I feel like the hardcore community is, very trustworthy in most Diablo content, so... Uh-oh, I messed up my... Okay. Sorry, I only have one monitor, and so when I stream, I have to use like an overlay thing, and I can't see my YouTube chat on my overlay, but I can see Twitch chat on it. So I actually watch my YouTube chat on my phone. And so I'm paying attention to 2 different chats while I'm doing this. So that's, if I seem distracted, that's why, because I'm still trying to get used to actually paying attention to chats and responding and stuff while I'm playing. I'm feel like I'm getting better at it as time goes, but it's very unnatural for me. So. And Kai, we got Saigon Shield. I'm going to go Hydra Orb through Hell mode. I'm going to solo quest all the way through Hell, just to see how it feels. You know, I like to see how a build actually performs all the way through the content. So I will go Hydra Orb all the way through Hell mode, and then once I'm all the way through all the content, I will probably go pure Hydra and just farm very specific areas with as much magic find as I can. So you're doing Chaos Sanctuary runs in 3 minutes? That's a very fast Chaos Sanctuary run. You know, I'm usually closer to 4.5 minutes on my Wind Druid. I don't have fully optimized gear on my Wind Druid yet, but you know, I feel like under 5 minutes is pretty good for really any character. I'm happy with under 5 minutes. So getting down to 3 that's a very good run speed for sure. Yeah. Well, that's good. I feel like one of the hardest thing to obtain, especially early on in the season, is all of your skiller charms. I think that in Project Diablo 2, one of the most important things to get, to increase your damage, is your skiller charms, because plus to skills is just absolute king in this mod. So, I mean, if you're any sort of build at all that relies on plus skills for your, to increase the damage of your spells, you want to get as many plus to skills as you can. The way that they scale, they might be complete crap at level, at level 20, I'm all maxed out, but you only have like plus 3 or 4 to skills. They might feel really bad, and then, but the way that the damage scales, they might be really, really good with, plus 25 to skills. So if you're like, skills are like in their mid 40s, then that build is just going to absolutely stomp stuff. So I feel like, skiller charms are very important early in ladder, or they're important to making a strong build, and they're kind of hard to get early in the ladder season. As the ladder goes on, people will be willing to trade 10 of one skill, 9 or 10 or whatever, for, 10 Javazon skillers for, poison and bone skillers or whatever, because they just are tired of playing that character and make something else. So they're, not using the skiller charms for that class. But early on in the season, they're just not very common. People are still usually working on their first full character worth of skiller charms for a while. So hey, thanks for the follow, man. I think I'm getting really close to being able to be a Twitch affiliate, whatever that means. I guess I get some stuff or bonus stuff that I can do on my channel or something like that, and I don't know, I guess we'll figure it out when we get there, but I think I just need almost to enough followers to where I get to be an affiliate, so. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're getting kind of close to that time of the season. Man, I hope some mana potions drop. Thanks. But, I still feel like it's fairly early. We just barely passed the 3-week mark into the season, and you know, we've had several days worth of downtime with the, you know, the servers being down. So it's not even like we've had 3 full weeks yet. So I feel like the server or the season is still very early. I think that, you know, it'll take time to get balance changes going. And, you know, eventually, you know, people, I think right now people are getting frustrated because things feel very weak and low levels of gear. And they're just getting frustrated before they actually get to the actual end game where their characters are doing really good. So I think that, you know, they will end up balancing stuff and doing patches, you know, as we go forward, and things will get better over time. So I think that, yeah, maps are really hard without good gear. You know, I do maps pretty decently well on my druid. I'm still missing some gear from him or for him. I don't have any +2 skill rings at all, so I don't have a single Stone of Jordan or a single Bull Kathos or Wisp Projector at all. You know, I've known several people that have found multiples of those items, but I have yet to find one. So I need, you know, those 2 rings. I do have I did find an arachnid mesh, but it was ethereal, so I used it until it broke. So I'm back to using I think I'm using a Lenimo sash for the faster cast rate and regen and all that fun stuff. See, I don't need that charm. Oh yeah, we need strength. So we can go ahead and take our chance guards off and go with chance guards and a gold wrap over 2-piece Saigons. We will get some better boots. Oh, I mean, 40. We're still getting faster run walk and 40 cold res. That's not bad. But these ones are 30 faster run walk, some dexterity, fire resist, and some damage reduction. You know, pretty solid crafted caster boots there. And we got Hydra, 400 or 535, so about 480 average damage on Hydras right now. That's pretty good. I don't know. I got distracted. I was reading what they were saying or what that conversation was about, but sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, we'll do. Okay, I'm gonna do up to 15, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night because it has been a very, very long day. My son was up till 2:30 last night, and he was up at 6 o'clock this morning. So it's been a very, very long day. But we'll go up to CCG 15. And then I think after that we'll call it a night and get back at it tomorrow. So I'm kid free for the next couple of days, so I'll probably be streaming quite a bit. I need to work on some YouTube content too. There's some videos that I really want to get out. I just haven't had the time to do anything with them yet, so. But Equinox, I would have to agree that, you know, I really like the Wind Druid. I think that Wind Druid is super strong. I would imagine that Summoner Druid is pretty good now that they got the Spirit Wolves and Ravens fixed. I haven't tried it since they've done that. And then they did get their pretty big nerf today it was either today or yesterday, whenever they added, whenever they ninja'd their little summon nerf back onto, you know, with the patch. So that's a pretty big, substantial nerf to the summoners, especially if you're farming act bosses or ubers. You know, it's yeah. So not only what it does is the act boss themselves will do 200% damage against all of your summons and your mercenary, and then your mercenary and all of your summons only do half damage to act bosses as well as Ubers and Diablo clone. So they take twice as much damage and do half as much damage against those bosses. So I mean that is a huge nerf. So it's I haven't played around with that since then, but I think that is just gonna absolutely take the wind out of a lot of summoners' sails. Unless they are just kind of focusing on mapping. That being said, I imagine a Wind Druid being a better mapper than a Summoner Druid. You know, the Summoner Necro, I think, can be a very solid mapper. I think that the curse build on Necros leaves a lot to be desired. From what I understand, you can get teeth up to doing like 5,000 damage, and that once you do that, it's actually pretty solid. But the bad part about that is 2 out of 3 maps have magic immune, so you can only really run one map unless you're relying on your mercenary or something else to kill your magic immunes. So yeah, another build that I think would be pretty solid in maps would be the corpse explosion build. I feel like corpse explosion damage doesn't really scale very well. You know, looking at the wiki, it says that between the fire and physical, it's doing like 6,000 damage at skill level 50. So you have to have plus 30 to skills, and it's only doing 6,000 damage, whereas you're doing, you know, you can do that much with teeth. Your bone spear and bone spirit do significantly more damage than that. They do get the bonus from the 3 to 5% of the corpse health, but I can't imagine that's really all that much. You know, it's probably, you know, less than 50 or 60 damage. So yeah, I think well, see, so a Moonlord in Hell mode I know has 11,000 life. So if you're at 3% of that, that's what, 300 damage. So, you know, even with the hit points, you're still doing less than 7,000 damage with plus 30 to skills. But you do have the benefit of the revives as well as amp damage. So, you know, with your corpse explosion, the amp damage just makes it so where you're actually doing full damage. You know, it's getting rid of that physical resistance. So, you know, you're definitely getting a benefit from it, but it's not like you're going to be doing a whole bunch more damage that with the use of amplify damage. It's mostly just to break physical immunes. Whereas, you know, it will help your minions or your revives do a lot more damage, though. I think that, you know, amp damage is very good, especially maxed out amp damage will really work well with the minions. So, you know, I can't say, you know, how that build would really perform endgame, but I think that would be a fairly solid mapping build as well. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing is, in the past, all you had to do was put like 1 point into it, and you were pretty good. You know, now for either amplify damage or lower resist to be even halfway decent, I mean, you have to invest between 20 to 40 points into them for them to even be comparable to what they are on vanilla. So that, I mean, that's the way I see it anyways. You know, I really think they took the nerf bat to curses a little bit too hard. You know, and we might see that balance back out in the future.
I need mana.
But, you know, who knows? That's why, you know, I'm not part of the dev team, so I can't say what they're thinking by any means. But that's what I would like to see anyway, I guess. I guess that would be a good... Yeah, we do need some healing potions. Let's see.
Not enough mana.
Man, I need some more mana. This whole having 100 mana thing is... it's pretty rough. I haven't put any points into energy. You know, I probably should put some points into energy. Oh. You know, because I will be respecking, you know, after I get through hell mode anyways. So it'd be nice, you know, it really isn't going to hurt me at all to put some points into energy to have a better mana pool as I'm leveling, but I just haven't put them in yet. You know, I've been working more so on strength and getting my life up a little bit, so you know, I just have not put any points into energy. If I'd really like to get a, let's see, holy shock, 5 to resist lightning. Oh, that'd be really good for a Tesla den, well, leveling. Sure, flange the mace. That's not bad. Yeah. Running out of room here, guys. Oops. There. Ooh, gem shrine. So, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but gem shrines do not work with stack mode gems. So if you have a stack mode gem, like say this flawless amethyst, if you have that in your inventory, it won't work with a gem shrine. So when you find a gem shrine, you want to make sure to make a gem out of stack mode before using your gem shrine, and then it will actually upgrade it to a perfect gem. So make sure you have a, you know, on my druid for a long time, I just carried around a non-stack mode gem in my inventory, just left it there next to my key pile, and would get a new one every time I, you know, had a gem shrine. That way I didn't have to go back to town to make a non-stack mode gem. So, just an idea. Yeah, I really need to get an insight for this chick. But really, if I can get an insight, then I won't have hardly any mana problems at all. Hydras do not work with mana per kill. So unfortunately, I don't get mana back every time I kill something, even though I have it on my Tarnhelm and my Chance Guards. mana per kill is absolutely amazing leveling a caster. So if try to get, I even socket, like if mana per kill did work with Hydras, I would socket my stuff with tier runes. To a tier rune socketed in anything gives you 2 mana per kill. When I was leveling my Mind Blast Assassin, I just had I would recommend. I actually didn't do it. I would have if I would have thought about it sooner. But trying to get a couple 2 or 3 socket claws that you can use at lower levels and just fill them up with tier runes, because Mind Blast actually does benefit from mana per kill. So mana per kill is extremely good on a Mind Blast Psychic Hammer Assassin, but unfortunately not so much on the Hydra Sorc. If I kill anything with Frozen Orb, I will get my mana per kill on that, so that's kind of handy. But it doesn't actually work with Hydra, so... Alright.
Not enough mana.
I don't really like picking up large charms. I'll pick them up earlier in the season, trying to get some resistances and stuff. But there's just no room for them really in the mid and end games. There's such better stats on certain things for small charms, and such better stats for certain things on grand charms, and large charms are just kind of in the middle, and they're not really good at they're not really the best at anything. You're better off usually with either plus max damage or plus skiller grand charms, as opposed to using large charms with like max and strength or something like that. I mean, really, I guess, I can't remember. I think 5 is the max damage you can get on a large charm. So really, a 5 max damage large charm with 5 dexterity on it would be really good for like a Boazon that really gets a lot of usefulness out of that dexterity.
Not enough mana.
Or one with strength for something like a barbarian that on softcore that just is going pure Titan barb build where you have really low hit point pool, but you do just a ton of damage. So it's like a glass cannon, usually a whirlwind barb. It's easy to leech with whirlwind. So as long as you're sturdy enough to not get one shot, whirlwind will keep you alive. With a build like that, I wouldn't recommend that for hardcore by any means, but I think it's a very fun way to play on softcore. Yeah. I think after the next wave, we will go to town and rebuy our mana potions, because we're just chugging that blue drink. Yeah. We're probably going to be poisoned here, so... Oh, no. I think we're good. We didn't get poisoned. We got a couple mana potions to drop, so... We should be okay. There's another mana potion there. Give Al-Hazir a healing potion. I actually pay attention to him so he doesn't die. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a little juvie, a little purple drink. Everybody likes a little purple drink. Oh, Lister, you animal, you. Lister's got very high. Let's see, we got another mana potion there. Lister's got very high fire resistance, even in normal. So Hydra's not the best thing against Lister at all. Alright, so I think we got 2 more games left. I think I'm going to try and actually teleport on those ones. See, I've been clearing all of the worldstone keep as I go. So I'm going to see how we do teleporting, see if it's, if I just simply don't have nearly enough mana for it or what. Ooh, 1 to Sorc skill levels. So now that's awesome. Oh, level 51. I forgot that we are no longer getting plus to skills on our angelic amulet, so we will need another amulet sometime soon. And I am level 37 now. So, let's see, I got... Yeah. Put that there. No plague. 2 to fire skills. I don't have enough dexterity for it. No. And I probably won't use it, so. I'm gonna go ahead and sell all this stuff. Repair. No, I don't want to trade it unless you want to trade me for one that has 3 to skills on it. I'd trade a clean 5% for one of those plus skills. But that's the only shekel that I have, and it was actually given to me about 3 minutes before I started streaming tonight. So, yeah, I want to at least try it on first, man. Okay. Oh yeah, new game time. Okay. That's what we're doing. Got all excited thinking about that Shaco. Oh. Did I? So yeah, Saigon's on Merc, but... Okay, so we have like hardly any mana, so we can't really back-to-back teleport, but... We can certainly go a lot faster. Some mana potions. Oh man, gotta love that slow ass lightning faster cast rate. Whew, buddy. Oh. Come on, guys. Quit picking on me. I don't like these moon lords. And of course we have no mana. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to town real quick and get some mana potions. Definitely need more mana before we start teleporting. I should actually probably use my switch. I didn't even think about that. I almost double my mana. I'm gonna try using my switch, see how it goes. So I know that I do more damage with the salamander, for sure. You know, I'm getting +2 to +1 to skills versus like +3 and.
Not enough.
Yeah, the whirlwind change. From what I hear, no, I haven't tried it out. I did level a barbarian, but he's a throw barb, so I did level him, but I haven't tried out whirlwind yet. From what I hear, it's actually a lot better just leaving your whirlwind at level 1, so you don't get the speed increase. I guess with the added movement speed, you tend to miss hits with the whirlwind mechanics. What's up, Sledgehammer? How you doing, man? We got this run and one more run, and then I'm calling it a night. And we'll pick it back up. We'll probably quest through Nightmare mode tomorrow. See how that goes. Yo, I tried without any gear. I got one of the Twitch, or not Twitch, the hero editor packs to where you can have like the level 99 characters on single player just to play around, and the fully maxed out leap goes so fast. Like, it seems like if that actually is a good build, I really want to try and make a strong version of it. Like, I don't know if the splash would really be there, but I really want to try and make an actual effective leap barb. So I sincerely hope that it is actually can be a thing, just pure leap. Yeah, that's awesome. What kind of stuff are you using? Are you using a Breath of the Dying Warpike, or? Because I think that leap would be much better with a two-hander than a one-hander. They're like dual wielding. It only goes off of your main hand damage. I did notice that when I was messing around with my barbarian. No, I actually have leap on my my throw barb, but it's just 1 point in it. But so the barbed club. So that run was about 5 minutes, but Chuba, you're 10 minutes for Cow Pit and Chaos. That's pretty solid. I mean, that's good time. That's about 3 minutes apiece, so that's really good. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try and teleport again with our switch. That's actually a lot better. Oh, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was officially my first ever donation from. And that's actually the very first $10 that I have made for any of my content. I've not monetized on YouTube or anything, so that's officially the first money I've ever made by being a streamer and content creator. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So. You can get +1 to all skills on shield as a slam, yeah. So it's possible to get. There's not really that many shields that you can get +2 to skills on. Like one of the most common ones is going to be your Lidless Wall. It has +2 to all skills, so it is possible to get +3 to all skills on a Lidless Wall. So. Low level stag bow. You can use the Larzik's puzzle box, but you cannot get it from the skill quest. So you can get 2 sockets on it from puzzle box. I have a +2 to skills with the perfect 6% mana per kill on the one on my druid. That it's actually ethereal and slammed indestructible. Which don't know, I must have wasted all of my RNG on that shield alone. So it was also made before they fixed the glitch on ethereal slammed items. So it has 1,865 defense on it and should only have about 300. So yeah, so that's actually a pretty good shield. So I'm waiting. I have not gotten a single Larzak puzzle box yet to drop. So I'm waiting for my first drop to go to that shield and hopefully get 2 sockets on it, because then it would be +2 to skills, perfect mana per kill, 2 open sockets that I can put either, like runes or diamonds in for resistances, or ist runes for magic finds, something like that. But it's such a good shield that you can't actually technically get anymore. So I want to definitely wait until I get the puzzle box to try that out. So you can actually get a +3 to Lidless Wall. Oh, Alazir. So you get a +3 Lidless Wall and then get 2 sockets on it with a Larzak puzzle box. But I'm sure 2 doll skills with 2 sockets would be a lot cheaper. But you can... Ooh. You can actually get a +3 to skills Lidless Wall with 2 sockets for poison facets. That being said, I think you can actually upgrade. No, Grimshield can get 3 sockets, so it is possible to slam to have 2 doll skills and then 3 open sockets on a Lidless Wall as well. So if you're looking for good slams on Lidless, you could get 3 sockets and 2 skills, or 3 skills and 2 sockets. So when you're going from the waypoint, you want to go basically clockwise. So you want to always follow the left-hand wall. So say Baal's little platform here is the waypoint. Okay, so say this is the waypoint right here. For Mephisto, you want to leave the waypoint area and then follow the left wall all the way around. So you always follow the left wall. Pretty much everything is the left wall, so if you're running Countess, it's also the left wall. So if you go counterclockwise, that's usually the best in most zones. The one that is counter to that would be Worldstone Keep level 2. So when you leave the waypoint there on Worldstone Keep, you want to go to the right and go counterclockwise. So follow the left-hand wall and go clockwise. for pretty much everything besides Worldstone Keep level 2, and that's, you know, a pretty good way to go about it. So Arabia's in Mauled Bear Druid, huh? I'm interested if I found a phase blade with 30% increased attack speed and the Fool's mod on it, and I'm hoping to slam 4 open sockets on it so I can put 4 shale runes in it, as 4 shale runes would give me 110 increased attack speed on it, and I can hit 4 frame fire claws as a bear. So as a bear, I would be attacking basically as fast as with Fury, or a Zealadin. It's super duper fast, and Fire Claws looks like it can do probably some of the highest elemental damage in the game. It's got, it's a 100-point build, and it's got huge synergies. So I think that Fire Claws just absolutely going to be huge. So if I can get it to where I can attack it 4 frames with it, I'm definitely going to be trying that build out. That would be one for more down the lines. That would really be super good for like PvP and stuff. And with a huge bonus to attack rating, I'm really, really hoping that I can get 4 sockets on it. But even if I don't, attacking at 5 frames is still really good for a Fire Claws Druid. And then I could, fill up I could still get it pretty fast with a puzzle box and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'd be down to play together sometime. Feel free to message me in game. I'm getting ready to go to bed tonight. It's been a long day, but I'll be around probably. Well, I'm around all the time. I will especially be around tomorrow, as I am kid free. I've got some YouTube content that I'm working on, trying to get some videos done for YouTube, but I'll be around for sure. Right now it is just past midnight, so 12:05 in the morning. I will also, kind of be, well, not preoccupied, but I'm going to stream. I stream every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. my time. So, that's kind of going to be my schedule for the days that I don't have my son. I'm going to stream from 8 p.m. until whenever. I have it scheduled for 8 to 11. And, today it's a bit past 11, so oh well. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure we can figure out some point in time to run some stuff. I've been, if I can find enough people interested in it, I would like to try and run some, some like 8-player maps, do some in-house map runs just with, with you guys that actually are interested and watch and stuff. So, that's something that I'm probably going to try and do on stream at some point in time too. So if you guys are interested in doing 8-player maps on stream with me, that'd be cool. But, I haven't really gotten there yet. So yeah, definitely I'll see, maybe one of these nights we can get all of us together and, during a stream and run some puppy maps together. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. But so anyways, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So if I don't see you, let's see, I'll go ahead and oops. That's my Endgame account name. So you guys can feel free to reach me in game and all that fun stuff. And I hope you guys have a good night.